Okay.
Turn down, you're fine.
Oh, that's cool.
So we are balancing equations. These first three that I've done are kind of simpler, okay? In my opinion anyways. But let's go through these and see what we can do. Okay, so our instructions tell us, so if I balance this equation with 2, 1, 2, then in my answer I'm just going to type 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that way you're not confused on how to answer these. Alright, if I'm balancing this equation, I am going to, instead of an arrow, I have an equal sign, but it's the same thing. Okay, so I draw a line through my equal sign. Alright, and now what am I going to do?
You have to write them down.
Take inventory, okay, or make a list. So on this side, I have K, I have CL, and I have O, and I'm going to count those up. 1 K, 1 CL, 3 O's. Over here on the right, I want to put my list in the same exact order. So I'm going to put K, CL, and O. And now I'm going to add them and count them up. K, I have 1. CL, I have 1. O, I have 2. Okay? So what pattern do you see?
It's the 2, 3 pattern.
The 2, 3 pattern, yeah. Okay? So whenever I have an element that has a 2, 3 pattern, I got to bring them up to what number? 6. How do I bring this oxygen up to 6? 3. If I put a 3 here, I got 6. Okay, did I change my K or CL? No, so I'm good here. Now let's bring this oxygen up to 6. What am I going to put here? 2. But that changes everything. Okay, coefficients affects everything behind it. How many Ks do I have? How many CLs? How many oxygens? Am I done?
No, you
No.
have to put 2 on the other one.
Yes. I put a 2 here. Okay, so if I were to type my answer in, I would type 2, 2, 3. No spaces, no commas. I just need you to type in here 2, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3, because those are the coefficients that I used to make that equation balanced. Okay, let's move on to the next one. P4 plus O2 yields P2O5. All right.
1,
10.
1.
Draw my line. We'll do this right here. P4O2 P2O5. Okay. What would you do here?
Put the 2 at the product side.
Now what?
And then we'll change it for
How many oxygens do I have?
10. So you have to now you have to put
Oh, 5. You go 5.
This would be a 5, because 5 times 2 gives me 10 oxygen. I don't have to worry about my P's because they're balanced. So this answer would be 152. So all you type is 152, enter. No commas, no spaces. Just 152. Kind of. It seems like you have got it figured out. It's okay. Alright, number 3. Kind of gets a little bit longer. But we're going to go through the exact same processes. Nothing's changed. Split my sides through my equal sign or my arrow. So now I have AL. I have one of those. CL. I have how many?
3.
BA.
1.
O.
1.
I'm going to make my same list over here. I like to go in the same order because it's easy for me to line them up. How many AL?
2.
How many CL?
2.
How many BA?
1.
How many O?
3.
Okay, so the first thing that I notice is my ALs, my CL is in a 3-2 pattern. Okay, so what do I want to bring my CLs up to? 6. Alright, a lot of times I want to take care of that first. If I take care of my 6, then it kind of takes care of everything else as I go. Alright, so CL on my reactant side, my left side, how am I going to get CL to equal 6?
2.
Put a 2 here. What else does that change? AL, I have a 2. How many CLs? 6. Okay, so that fixed my ALs for me. Let's bring this chlorine on the right, my products, to a 6. 3. So now I have 3Ba6Cl. Now I gotta make Ba and O 3. How do I do that? Put a 3 there. So my answer that I'm gonna type in is 2331. 2331. Just my coefficients, no spaces or anything like that. Okay, number 4 and number 5 is where the new thing comes in. So make sure that if you have not been paying attention, you at least do it now. Okay? So number 4 and number 5 is where I'm going to try to make your life easier. Okay, everything's going to work the same, but I'm going to notice something on this one. Okay, so I still am going to split my sides and I'm going to make my list. When you see something in parentheses, you always want to double check something. Okay, so I see PO4 in parentheses. All right, is there PO4 that's together on this side?
Yes.
Yes. So instead of separating and counting my P separate from my O, I can basically treat this like a unit. So I have on this side 2 PO4s. On this side, I have 1 PO4. Okay, those things are called polyatomic ions. You don't need to know that part, but now you do. You're welcome.
If you wanted to, could you still move them up?
You could split them up. Okay, if you wanted to split your P and your O up, you could. But to me, this is easier. Okay? So, if I treat these as a unit, because they're the same on both sides. Okay? It only works if it's the same on both sides. If this were a PO2, it wouldn't work. But since it's identical, PO4, PO4, I'm going to treat it as one thing. Okay? So now I'm going to make my list. I have zinc, which is 1. H, which is, how many H's?
3.
And then I have 1 PO4. Okay? Let's make my same list. Zinc, H, PO4. How many zinc?
3.
How many H?
2.
And how many PO4?
2.
2. Okay, I have 2 PO4s. So now, let's balance this thing. I like to do these first because they're messy. Okay? So how am I going to get 2 PO4s on my left?
Times 2.
Yep. If I put my 2 there, I now have 2 PO4s. But now, how many H's? 6. Multiply the other H by 3. Multiply the Z in by 3. So my answer is going to be 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay? You can get those coefficients if you split up your P and O. Okay? But if you don't have to split it up, then why not treat it as a unit? Okay? In my opinion, it's easier. And I just wanted to show you that trick. Okay? So let's look at number 5. Okay, so what do you see that is similar on both sides in number 5? The SO4, okay? And I know to look at it when I see parentheses, okay? If nothing was in parentheses, then I wouldn't even consider it, okay? But since I see these parentheses, I'm going to say, oh, I wonder if SO4 is also in my reactants. Looks like it is, so I can keep it together, okay? So, if I make my list, I have 1 Al, 2 H's. How many SO4s? 1. Okay, because I'm going to treat this like a unit. Like it's one thing. Like it's a block. Okay? I'm going to make my same list. Al, H, SO4. 2, 2, 3. Help me fix this side.
AI times 2. Or AL.
H is more.
Oh, I didn't leave a blank there. I should have. That should have a blank.
The SO4 is 3.
So what number do I put in front of this?
2.
3 to get my SO4 to 3.
6.
What do I got to do over there?
Do the H times 3.
Now I'm balanced. 2, 6, 3. 2, 6, 3. So my answer is going to be 2, 3, 1, 3. 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay, so that's something new that I wanted to talk about. They don't all have that, but if you see parentheses and that same exact thing is on the reactant side, then go ahead and keep them together. You don't have to, but it's just something that I recommend. Okay?